What's up, everybody? It's Legal Tender. I'm back in the building. I'm back in the vote. I pulled out some notes to make a new video. I want to thank everybody for the love and support of the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for taking your time to watch what I create. For that, I really do appreciate it, and thank you so much for that. If you're a fan of Newsmatics, if you're a fan of paper currency, stay rocking with me, stay rocking with the channel. Every Tuesday is Legal Tender Tuesday, and I will be making a new episode speaking about something new, different, or interesting within the realm of Newsmatics or paper currency. So with that being said, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, put it down in the comment section. I respond to everything as soon as possible. If you hear some information that I put out that isn't 100% accurate, let me know via the comment section, and I will do my due diligence and make sure I go back, do the research, and give you the right information. So with that being said, let's get into today's episode. All right, so today I will be speaking about series change or series changes, and that is right here. So that's the series change right there. Well, not the series change, but that's the series year. And it could be found on the lower right hand portion of the note to the right of the portrait. All right, so let's talk about what a series change is. On United States currency, the series refers to the year appearing on the obverse of the bill on the lower right hand side, indicating when the bill's design was adopted, not when it was printed, when it was adopted, the overall design. The series year does not indicate the exact date a bill was printed. Instead, the year indicates the first year that bills of the same design were originally made. And a good example of that would be the notes that's being printed nowadays. So with the year being 2023, the notes that are currently in circulation will have a series year of 2021 because we have new signatures on the bill. And that would be the Treasurer of the United States, which is Marliba, and the Secretary of the Treasury, which is Yellen. Now, with those two signatures, they will have a series year of 1921, not 1923, even though the bills are being printed in 1923. Why they do it that way, I really don't know. I kind of get it, but it still seems kind of weird. Like, it's not like coins, how they put out the year that the coin was minted. So that's what they do. So like I said, the series year is the year that the design of the note was adopted, not when it was printed. Okay, so before 1928, the first U.S. banknotes with the series year were United States notes of 1869. Before that, paper currency was identified only by the act authorizing it. An example of that would be the Act of March 3rd, 1863. For these bills, the serial number uniquely identified the bill, except for some issues that exceeded 1 million notes. In that case, the sequence of serial numbers were restarted, and an extra overprint of Series 1 was added to the bill. When 1 million bills in Series 1 were printed, then they will move over to Series 2. Then Series 3, Series 4. Whenever they hit 1 million of that series, they'll just transition. They would transition up to the next sequential series, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. And the highest series that it went up to was 187. 187 is the highest series number of this sort that was used on United States notes of 1863 and the $5 denomination. All right, so since 1928, 1928 was the first series of modern small size notes issued. Since then, the series years has been changed when there is a major design change to a bill, A minor design change is indicated by a letter suffix being added to the series year. So that is what I'm talking about. So when there was a minor change to the bill, they would just add that suffix A instead of changing it to series year 1936. They would just add a suffix letter to indicate that there was a minor change to the note. Major design changes were rare until 1974 when William E. Simon became Secretary of the Treasury. Before 1974, a change to either the signature of the Secretary of the Treasury or the Treasurer was considered a minor change. After 1974, a new Secretary of Treasury was considered a major change because of the scope and responsibility of that position, which makes sense. So the only exception to this was in 1979, G. William Miller signature appeared on Series 1977A instead of Series 1979. A change in treasurer is still considered a minor change. The 2017 A series was due to a minor change in production, possibly because of the ink used. Changes in design, such as the recent changes to the $20 bill to deter counterfeiting, are still considered major changes. So I kind of spoke about this on a previous episode, how there's a difference between the 2017 note and the 2017 A note. And it's not a major identifiable difference. So it had to be a change within the ink that was used to print the note or the overall machinery that it took to make the note. All right. So with that being said, let's get into the notes that I pulled out. So I pulled out a series year, and the series year is 1935. All right, so I got a good amount of these notes because it's a lot of appendages, because there was because they were some minor changes. So like I said, I'm starting off with series year 1935A. I'm missing the 1935 note. So we got 35A, B, C, D. So you can see that the series kept going because there was a buncher, Jesus Christ. There was some small changes. Nothing major to where a new series year had to be introduced, just a suffix added. All the way to H. So these notes were printed from 1935 until 1935H. And the 1935 series was printed from, like I say, 1935 to H with a suffix H. And the thing that's unique with the suffix H is that it came in two notes. So this note has the motto, "In God We Trust," added to it. And it is series year 1935H. They also have a 1935H without the motto, the godless note. So I'm missing two notes to have the entirety of this series year series. I'm missing the original 1935. Like I said, start with A. So I'm missing the original 1935, and I'm missing the H, godless note. I'm gonna show you what the other notes look like. So this is all of them, the obverse. In the reverse, we have, okay, God note. Now it's godless. All of the same series year. A through H. $19.35. All right, so the reason that I really want that note is so that I could have a completed set, and that's what I'm missing. So looking at these notes from H to A, or maybe I should go A through H. Hold on one second. All right, so, and we're back. All right, so I readjusted the order going from A through H, and just look at some of the let's look at what led to a series change in regards to the appendix. All right, so this is what we got. I'm trying to see how can I do this. All right, because it's only me doing this. All right, so see right here we have the treasurer, and we have the secretary right here. Now moving on. Okay, so what changed? The signature of the secretary changed. So, and that led to it going from appendix A, well, correction, suffix A to B. All right, C. Same thing. From C to D. Okay. Now we done changed the overall treasurer. Same signature for the secretary. All right, going from D to E. What change? Look like both change. Unless this signature just got better. No, I think they both change. Look at that. Up top on 1935D, that look like the first name. That's Snyder, last name. And for E, that is, look like Perry. And over here, up top we got Clark, and at the bottom we got, look like Priest. Huh, interesting. All right, going from E to F. Yeah, secretary change. From F to G. Again, look like both change. G. And from G to H, the overall treasurer signature change. All right. And with this being H, you got God on the back. Not on the other notes. All right, so let's get into the fun facts for the day. All right, so the fun fact for the day, the "In God We Trust" model was signed into law in 1955 and first introduced, it made its first debut on a $1 denomination in 1957, which is crazy because, like I said earlier, with this being series year 1935H, the "In God We Trust" model was added in 1957. It made its first debut on a $1 bill. I don't know, man. It's one of those currency things. Me and a buddy of mine was speaking about it via the comments, and it's just one of them things where it's currency. So yeah, super interesting. Yeah. Well, like I say, just wanted to speak about another facet of currency. And like I said, something new and different or interesting regarding numismatics. So I figure I'll speak about the series change. All right. Well, that's all we got for this one. All right. Till next time, keep it legal, keep it tender. Talk to you soon.